Hey folks, Comic Book Man here with your Shipshape update for July the 25th, 2018. It is our 1253rd week of altering your reality. And when you come down to your all-purpose, full-service comic book store alternate reality this coming Wednesday, New Comic Wednesday at 7 a.m. That's right, we open every New Comic Wednesday at 7 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. You'll find 289 brand new and some returning items on the racks and ready to go here at Alternate Reality. And of those 289 items, 226 of them are going to be brand new comics, and of course, all new comics at Alternate Reality are always 15% off all week long. Why wouldn't you want to partake of the savings? How much savings, you ask? $140.36 in savings if you bought them all, which you won't do, but come on down and grab your piece of that pie. Now, of those 226 new comics this week, 26 of them will be brand new first issues. That's right, 26 of the 226 are going to be first issues. And of course, they will all be first day sale, which means the first day they come out, they will all be 25% off. That's a $19.96 savings just for you. Don't miss out on that. Now, of all the books that I just mentioned, only 27 of them are all ages books. Books for kids of all ages, little ones, big ones with a sense of wonder still in their hearts. But there's 27 of them, and only one of them can be our book of the week. And for this week, that is, let's do it over here. Scooby-Doo Team Up number 40. This is a $2.99 cover price, but because it's our kids' book of the week, it'll be $2.25 all week long. The Scooby Gang goes down to Louisiana to investigate a zombie mystery, and they come face to face with none other than Swamp Thing. That's right, Swamp Thing makes his guest appearance in this issue. You don't want to miss it. Like I said, $2.25 all week long, suitable for all ages. Come on down. Now, for our top 10 list, as always, our top 10 list starts with number 10 at the bottom, and we work our way up to number 1 at the top. And coming in at number 10 for this week is X-23, number, what is this, 2? 2 Birthdays and 3 Funerals, Part 2. Book starts out with the fallout surrounding one of the Cuckoo Sisters' deaths, and this reminds me an awful lot of Triplet Girl in the Legion, but of course it's not. It's the Cuckoo Sisters. It's a totally different concept. Starts off with the death of one of the Cuckoo Sisters, and it just goes downhill from there. This book will be 15% off all week long. Be sure not to miss it. Coming in at number 9, Venom Part 4. Oh, number 4. 3 sold out. 3 sold out all across the country. People are still looking for it. Second prints are coming. This is the next issue, issue 4. We'll see what that does. And this issue ties in with the current Avengers storyline concerning the Celestials and the creation of the universe. This details the creation of the symbiotes, how they came about, what role the Eternals had, or I should say the Celestials had, in their creation, and how Thor defeated them millennia ago, and how they came back. You don't want to miss it, because the last issue sold out. This is still 15% off, though, all week long, while supplies last. Stop on down. Coming in at number 8, 3 weddings last month. 3 weddings, only one of them came off. This is the one. Gambit and Rogue got married, and they're in a brand new book called Mr. and Mrs. X. I swear to God, I thought that this was going to have an actual title and not Mr. and Mrs. X. I thought it was like a surprise title when I kept seeing it on the sheets. But no, the book is called Mr. and Mrs. X. It starts off with Love and Marriage Part 1. It's a multi-part storyline. Love and Marriage Part 1 starts off with just after the wedding reception, the honeymoon. They go into space to celebrate their honeymoon, and the Shi'ar Empire shows up. Oh, and hilarity ensues. This book, 15% off all week long. Don't miss it. Coming in at number 7, Marvel 2-in-1 number 8. Johnny finds out that Ben's been lying to him, and of course both of them are depowered right now. So what do you think happens? They have a fight. They beat the crap out of each other, just like 2 brothers. As a matter of fact, that was a Sham Shepherd play called Brothers, where all they did pretty much was beat the crap out of each other. That's this issue. They pretty much beat the crap out of each other for the entire issue, non-powered. It's just the 2 of them going toe-to-toe. This book's going to be 15% off all week long. Coming in at number 6, Detective Comics number 985. Outside Part 3. Batman is still putting together the Outsiders. Karma shows up. Oh, he's a wonderful character. Kidnaps a busload full of children and holds them captive. Isn't that great? What a wonderful guy. This book comes with 2 covers, a standard cover, and of course, the DC, they should make a poster out of it, but DC won't because they don't do poster covers. Both these books will be on the racks starting Wednesday morning, 15% off all week long. Our number 5 book is also our book of the week for this week, and it is Justice League Dark number 1. This is the beginning of the new Justice League Dark. The team is put back together. This time it's put back together by Wonder Woman, who has a who has a problem with magic that only a new Justice League Dark can solve. She scours the DC universe trying to find recruits and finds very few takers, but she finds a couple. This book comes with 2 covers, standard cover, and we won't make a poster out of it, but it ought to be covered. Both of them. Virgin cover, a partial virgin cover, whatever you want to call it. Both of them will be 15. Actually, this book will be 25% off. I'm sorry. This book will be 25% off all week long while supplies last because it is our book of the week. Coming in at number 4 is our bonus book of the week. All last month, actually for the last 5 weeks, I've been throwing in Bendis' Superman books into the mix. Action Comics 1001. The very first comic to ever have a 1001. How about that? This continues the Bendis storyline of who's setting the fires in Metropolis. Superman was blamed for it last issue. When you find out this issue that not really, the kid was put up to it. But Superman goes on the hunt to try to find out who put the kid up to it and still who's causing the fires. We have the origin of a new villain, the Cloud, and Dan DiDio makes a guest appearance in this book, and I bet you won't be able to find him, but if you look really close, you will. This book comes with 3 variant covers, and it'll be 25% off all week long. This cover, which I believe is a Manipool cover, and, another David Mack cover. That is a beautiful cover. Look at that. That is just an absolutely beautiful cover by David Mack. Like I said, 25% off all week long because it's our bonus book of the week. Coming in at number 3. It's a book everyone's been waiting for. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. Infinity Wars Prime. This isn't the first issue. This is the Prime. This is the beginning of the first. This is like the 0 issue. This is like the half issue, the .01 issue. This is just before the first issue. They did the same thing with Countdown. They did a Prime issue. In this issue, Loki discovers that there might be parallel worlds out there, and why does he keep doing the same thing over and over and over again? He finds out a possible answer to that. Adam Warlock shows up at Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum to give him a dire warning. And then we have the death of, I'm not going to tell you. This book will be 15% off, 25% off on Wednesday because it's number 1. 15% off the rest of the week. Comes with 3 covers, like all the Infinity stuff does. This one, Loki cover, where he's trying to figure out parallel Earths, and Thanos cover. Like I said, all of these will be 25% off on Wednesday, 15% off the rest of the week while supplies last. And coming in at number 2, Amazing Spider-Man. Number 2, Back to Basics Part 2. A lot of 2s with this issue. Hey, look, it's a lizard. Wonder if he eats his kid in this. Spidey fights a whole bunch of D-listers in this thing. Folks that you have not seen in maybe 25, 30 years. But he fights them all, beats them all, of course, in this issue as he works his way to Kurt Connors and the Lizard, who has an inhibitor chip in the back of his neck, which you'll find out what it does in this thing. And there's a surprise guest star at the very end of this book who has also had a Spider-Man title in the past. I'm not going to tell you anymore because it's a surprise, but this character has had his own Spider-Man book in the past. In fact, he may have one on the Rex right now. But it's a surprise, and you'll find out all about it this coming Wednesday. This book will be 15% off all week long while supplies last. And finally, our number 1 book for the week, Doomsday Clock Part 6 of 12, chugging along at a bi-monthly status. Joker teams up with Marionette and Mime for the first ever and last ever meeting of the Legion of Evil. Hey, remember when they did that Earth 3 storyline a couple of years ago with the JSA, with the Justice League, and the Crime Syndicate came over to Earth 1 and organized all the villains, and the first thing they did was kill off a D-list villain just to prove that they were serious? This Legion of Evil is never going to get off the ground. Anyway, this book is going to be 15% off all week long. Stop on down, pick it up. You won't see another Doomsday Clock for another 2 months, so come on down. Happenings this week here at Alternate Reality. Rafflemania winner number 204 was Nasser Rabadi. Nasser won a Marvel Adventure Spider-Man Digest trade paperback, title of which was Neighborhood. Nasser lives in Chicago. Congratulations to you, Nasser. Hope you enjoyed the book. The July Hero of the Month is still going on. That, of course, is Batman until the end of the month, which is the 31st. You can save 25% off all of my Batman trades all week long. We're running out of time for that. About a week left, so stop on down and pick that up. Don't tell anybody, but my August Hero of the Month, Fantastic Four. Keep it on the lowdown, though, until we get to August. Anyway, those, of course, will be 25% off once we get into August. Ladies' Day sale, of course, is this Thursday. As it is every Thursday, 20% off everything in the store to ladies at checkout. Be sure, ladies, you purchase the items because that's how you get your discount. Also, this Thursday is the final day for ordering out of this month's previews catalog. The new catalog, I assume, will be in next week. Haven't seen the invoice yet, but I assume the new catalog will be in next week. But for the current previews catalog, the July one, you've got until Thursday, 7 p.m. to order out of it, and then it goes out the door, and we are done with it. Friday Night Magic. This week, Friday Night Magic starts, of course, at 7 p.m. here at the store. Be sure to stop down for that. On Saturday, we're having Standard Showdown. That starts at 11 a.m. here at the store. And Sunday will be Magic League, which starts at noon sharp. By the time we get to noon on Sunday, Brad is going to be pretty wasted. So if nobody shows up by 12:30, he's out of here. So if you want to play, though, come on down. He'll be happy to play Magic with you on Sunday. Also on Sunday, Super Sunday Sale, which this week is July 29th and features Superman, the Man of Steel. All of my Superman trades 25% off all day long Sunday. And, of course, my Batman trades are Hero of the Month. So those will be 25% off. So world's finest savings this Sunday if you come on down. The Alternate Reality Podcast, episode 79, is up. It's an all-news update. It's been up for a good week now. Be sure to check that out. We talk wrestling news, comic news, and media news in it. And also, podcast episode number 80 is up. I just posted it yesterday. It is an in memoriam episode of the podcast. We memorialize the lives of Steve Ditko, Harlan Ellison, and Big Van Vader, all of which have died in the last month or so, all of which come into our sphere of influence, considering we just do wrestling, comic, media news. And you've got Vader for wrestling, you've got Harlan Ellison for media, and you've got Ditko, Steve Ditko, for comics. So be sure to check out those podcasts. Those are up right now. And, of course, you can probably see those on YouTube if you look up here somewhere, because they're probably going to be spinning around, if not now, in the next minute or two, because I usually pick those to throw up there over my head, along with probably last week's version of this Shipshape. And that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out of here. I've got no other events, no other shipping. Be sure to stop at the store's website, though, myalternatereality.com, to find out more about what's going on at the store. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man saying, I want to thank DC for giving me these words of wisdom, which I've learned in the last week, which I never thought of before. But thanks to DC Entertainment, I can now have in my head forever the immortalized words of F Batman. That's right, F Batman. Thank you, DC. Thank you for putting that in my head. I never would have thought of it otherwise. Until then, bye.